John Cusack is a smart man. He didn't need a time machine to know to stay far away from this one. Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is the latest Dear God Why sequel to hit theaters, based on what came next for this group of imbeciles who accidentally invented time travel. Everyone but the oh-so-wise John Cusack are back to take this magic water for another spin, but this time into the future. Or is it the past? Or maybe an alternate future? Or an alternate past? Or maybe the future of an alternate past? Actually, I don't think anyone, including the writers, actually really know or care, as I'm pretty sure they just wanted an excuse to squeeze as many genitalia jokes into 90 minutes as humanly possible, because that's pretty much what's going on here. Which is disappointing considering 5 years ago, when the original came out, that silliness and crassness seemed secondary to a surprisingly heartfelt and entertaining story about regret. Here, the only thing I found worth even slightly lauding was the envisioning of future technology, which seemed fun and inventive in a Minority Report meets junior high humor kind of way. Of course, humor may be too strong of a word, because honestly, this movie just isn't funny. Which is sad, because they're really funny people in it. In the first Hot Tub flick, at least felt genuinely humorous much of the time, so what happened? It's like Hollywood has this idea that for a comedy sequel to work, you have to amp up the gross out and imbecilic humor factor instead of just remembering the cleverness and character work that truly allows the laughs to flow. Not to mention, maybe throw in a story we can actually follow, or would actually want to. We saw the same thing with the Dumb and Dumber sequel, as if being aggressively infantile is what made it work. And this movie goes all out to be as offensive as possible. One of my kids asked me the other day the definition of the word crass, and I swear, if it wasn't for the fact that it might warp his little brain, I would have just shown him this movie as the living definition. It's the very embodiment of lame, immature, and relentlessly masculine comedy. Again, with very little actual comedy. So that everything that they think is funny is actually just pushing the audience away in disgust. Overall, Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is the worst kind of sequel, missing everything that worked about the first and emphasizing everything that didn't. Though it's always nice to see what the future might hold, no amount of gadgetry could save this juvenile mess from being anything more than an unfunny parade of gross-out jokes and confusing plot movements. Hot Tub Time Machine 2 goes floating down the drain with a D-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. Stay tuned for this review's best ever challenge here in a bit. First, I want to throw some stuff up over here that you can click on if you'd like to subscribe, which I'd very much appreciate. You can do that by clicking the big gray subscribe button. And if you want to see more, well, McFarland USA is also out this week, so you can check that out. And I should have a review of The Duff at yourmoviefriend.com, which, by the way, you can go to by clicking the logo right up here. That's also where you can find a searchable database of reviews, as well as the written text of these videos. And finally, this review's best ever challenge, where you name the best ever in a particular category, and also try to identify my choice. What is the best future comedy movie ever? Now, just to throw you off, we're going to consider Back to the Future a drama for the purpose of this. So without that one, mine would have to be the one that starred a hobbit before he was a hobbit and a new girl before she was a new girl. Drop your own answer and a guess at mine in the comments, and the first person to guess mine does get a point. Thanks, and here's 5 extra seconds to hit subscribe.